What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Tesla today, TSLA. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Here we are at about $232.65 right now. Looking like we have just gotten into the weekly oversold areas on the RSI. This generally promotes further growth to the downside, right? And I'll show you what I mean. If we can get into this oversold area and then come back out of it like we did here, even that, I mean, even that still could mean that we go lower. But initially, we did go higher. We found a relative low and we went higher. But if you don't do anything with it, right? If you find support down here and you get out, but you don't get above the 40, you just don't do anything with it. You don't continue to grow. Then yes, you likely will continue to bleed, right? So stuff like that is important to watch for. It is possible that we could go up a little bit higher, especially because it seems the general sentiment on Tesla is rather bearish. I wonder. Tesla open interest. Do we have that? Do we have that? Yeah, option charts. I like these guys. I don't know how accurate their data is. I count on it to be accurate, but I think they're pretty accurate. They seem to be pretty accurate. I want to see all expirations. Let's go here. View all expiries. Yeah. This is for calls and puts. If you guys are aware of what those are, if not, I'm not going to explain it here, but just understand. Okay, so yeah, actually it looks like it's about 50-50. There's just as many bulls on Tesla as there are bears on Tesla, but I do think the puts are going to have it. I think they're going to win. Let's look up what the max pain would be. This is the price. Oh wow, we're basically at max pain now. So all the puts, all the longs, this is exactly where it hurts them the most, and we have the most the most volume right now this week. So interesting. There's a lot of options that are going to expire, not in the money. That's for damn sure. What about? I wonder. What about May? Let's go all the way out to May. Max pain's a little bit lower, but I think it's not as many options open then. So, anyways, just wanted to look at that real quick. Tesla might not even move that much lower because it seems like there's a lot of pessimism sentiment, negative sentiment right here. I do think it goes lower than this low, but just maybe immediately we do get some kind of bounce. I want to look at the daily time frame and see if we can establish that. But first, I want to take this relative low here to this relative high and see where we are based on the fibs. Low to high here. We're right at the golden ratio. So yeah, we probably do come up a little bit. We're at 232. There are a bunch of bears on Tesla. There are a bunch of people who just want to see this thing crash to the dirt. And unfortunately, a lot of them are people who just don't generally know anything about the markets. They're using it more as a political kind of belief. And they just want to see Tesla crash. So people might be figuring out how to short. They might be selling their Tesla stock if they once owned it, just for political reasons. Even if they like Tesla, even if they like Elon Musk, they might think that the political reasons enough are reasons to get out. And they're probably selling at the worst point in time to sell, at least for the relative time frame. I would expect we bounce up to about 260, maybe even all the way back up to 302. It wouldn't surprise me if we did hit 302 and found resistance there, but 260, 302, either of those areas, I'd expect we do continue to go lower. I don't think this is the low for Tesla. I do think that it has lower to go, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. You look at that weekly RSI getting oversold again, man. Generally speaking, once you get oversold, it's not the end of it. You're close to the end, but you have a little bit more to go. Here, you got oversold here this week and you're close to the end, but you had a little bit more to go. So if I'm wrong and we don't bounce here and we see a little bit of a pivot, then maybe we do have immediate lower prices to go. But let's look at the daily time frame. Yeah, the daily RSI actually looks pretty productive. You were oversold for a little while. Now you're bouncing off of it. You look like you're about to break out of this downtrend here in the daily RSI, right? Most of the time, whenever you do this kind of maneuver here, I would expect that you break out and you go higher. It's possible we could go lower. Let's look at the three hour time frame. I don't know, man. You do look bearish overall, but you look rather productive here in comparison to some of these other times. You look set up to go higher, in my opinion. So, using the daily again, if we were to look at this, let's see if any fibs agree with what we've said so far. 260 to 300 from a high to a low here. I mean, you got 300 at the 382, 260 at the 236. Those are your first fib areas. So, yeah, if you do reject 260, you probably will see an immediate move down. But I'm kind of anticipating we go all the way up to 300, mainly because there is a lot of negative sentiment. It's like all I can read in the news right now. Even if I'm not like watching stock news or anything that like matters, it just seems that everybody seems to have an opinion on Tesla, whether it's good or bad or whatever. We all know that Tesla's going to do well in the long run. If you're a hater of Tesla, oh, hold on, I don't know why my computer just got so loud right there. Whenever I plug it in, actually it likes to do that, but I'm gonna quiet it down so we don't have that in our face. Whether you're a lover or a hater of Elon Musk or Tesla or whatever, political beliefs aside, this asset, this stock here, you guys, its market cap valuation is $748 billion. I promise you that the person who's the majority shareholder of this stock, Elon Musk, is probably doing anything but crying about the price right now. Why? Because yes, it has gone down a lot over the last 3 months. It really has. It's gone down a lot. But over its entire lifetime, it's up a tremendous amount. It's up a tremendous amount. People are pretending like Tesla's dead. And I'm just addressing this right now because I want to be very clear. Tesla's not dead, you guys. It's in a very good posturing right now for people to buy and get in at lower prices before it goes higher. Tesla will inevitably see new all-time highs. It will inevitably grow to a multi-trillion-dollar stock, and it will see prices around $1,000 or more. It's going to happen. It's just not going to happen right now. It probably does go a little bit lower first and foremost, right? Again, I think from this, if we take this low to high here, this actually might paint a better picture. We probably go down to this golden ratio zone somewhere at about 185 to 165. I said again, even though we haven't talked about the lows yet, I do think that we go down somewhere just below $200. That's my thoughts. I'm assuming that people will lose their minds once it goes below $200. People who really believe in Tesla, they'll think 200 is this key area of support, which it's not, because it's a psychological number. The people who hate on Tesla, they're going to get really loud. Haha, Tesla's not worth $200 anymore, even though it's at a higher low. It's like literally what it's doing right now. It could drop more, and this would be the highest low that it's ever formed in its trends ever, right? This would just be a higher low in an uptrend is all it is, and it would be the highest low in this uptrend that we're in right now. Going to 185 might seem intimidating if you're at 232 right now, and I don't expect it to happen overnight, but I do think that over the next month or so, we probably do achieve those prices. But first, and then even looking at this fib, 382, backtesting that for resistance, that's right at where? That's right at this price of 268. So it's very possible we could find resistance at 260, 270. I think we do go up to 300 though. I think 300 is where we go. Backtest that for resistance and then come on down, complete the thought at 185 or a little bit lower. I wonder from a low to a high here, what did Tesla do? Look at that. Found support right in the golden ratio zone. We do the same thing here. It'll just be another higher low, right? That's all it is. If we take this, I'm just wondering, it's probably not going to help us this one. Let's see. Yeah, 382 maybe, around 175 that could happen. Yeah, 175, 185, something like that. 1 hour time frame. Let's see if we can see anything here. Turning the tide a little bit to the bullish side, but still bearish overall. But you're not getting oversold as much anymore. You're bouncing off your oversold zone. Let's see if you can run with this. I think that you do. I really do think that you're moving up from here. But time will tell. If you are, let's see if we can come up with validation and invalidation points before we end this video, okay? If we're looking at a weekly time from the low to the high here, if Tesla closes on a weekly basis or a daily basis or anything that's of significance, it closes below $224, then we're making those lower progressions more immediately. We're not getting that bounce to 260 to 300, okay? If Tesla does, I was going to say if it closes above 260, if it closes above 260 on a daily basis, we likely do see $300. If you find resistance at 260, if you come up, you wick, or you close right at it, and then you come back down to the golden ratio, likely we will go down, right? So the only thing that'll keep us from seeing that immediate downside would be either a bounce here, not closing below 224, 225, that area there on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And then if we can get above the 0.5, likely this bounce doesn't stop here. It continues to go up. People will get hyped. Tesla's back above $300. Everyone's going to laugh at everybody who's making fun of Tesla. And then right then, when people get too cocky, that's when it's going to dump down. And then right there, whenever Tesla gets below $200, people are going to laugh at anybody investing in Tesla. All the people on the left who hate Elon Musk are going to have a field day. And that's going to be the time where it goes in your face to the upside as well, because all it's doing is forming very positive structure in this higher low trend. And I did not draw a proper line, but you can see what I'm going for, right? I can't, my straight line drawing capabilities are sometimes on fleek and sometimes not so much, you know. I got nothing else for you guys. I think I've said everything that I need to say. Tesla, 232 right now. The prediction is that it moves up to 260 to $300 unless it closes a day below 224. If it does, then we are just proceeding lower immediately. And when I say immediately, it doesn't have to happen over a day. It can happen over weeks. It can happen over months. But we're going to proceed immediately down to those targets of about 285 to 265, something like that. I doubt that we go any lower than that. So, not 265, 185 to 165. My bad. Hit the like button, you guys. Oh my God. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.